We recently got a look at some of the content that was cut from the 2 new Smash Bros. Games. We'll give you a couple highlights here in the podcast, just, for the sake of time. But if you're interested in learning everything, you can check out the story at Gamnesia. We've got slides translated from Sakurai's presentation. Really cool stuff. You got some visual images to go along with it. Olimar and Alf were originally going to have rock Pikmin, but they were cut likely for time constraints. Smash Run was originally going to have a co-op mode for local multiplayer, and Sakurai wanted to have special rules for 4v4 matches in 8-player Smash, much like the Light vs. Dark matches multiplayer from Kid Icarus Uprising, which is the last game he worked on.
That actually sounds a lot more appealing than, Smash Run and Smash Tour, where you have this sort of half-baked game added in. I'd rather have really cool, interesting, chaotic rule sets that are just layered on top of the normal gameplay. So I'm kind of sad that didn't pan out. Because I really, really liked the Light versus Dark matches in Kid Icarus Uprising. It was a good complement to sort of gathering the more powerful equipment from the single player and then having something kind of interesting to do with them besides go through the same levels over and over again.
And I really liked Smash Run, for example, but I always thought that it would be so much more fun if you could do it with somebody else, not, just going at it on your own for 5 minutes and then coming together in the local multiplayer to see good results. But, actually do the Smash Run part of it in the local multiplayer. Yeah. Sakurai's also revealed that he wanted the Subspace Emissary mode in Super Smash Bros. Brawl to be developed by an outside studio. He was concerned that he and his team needed to focus on the characters themselves so that each would get the love that they deserve. In the end, it didn't work out, and the internal team made the core game and the Grand Adventure mode at the same time.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing because we, don't get to see what could have been, but at the same time, I would rather it be the way it was than to have an external team come in and then, not gel particularly well with Nintendo and the IP, or just, not handle it well. So it would have been nice to see what they came up with, but if it hadn't turned out the way people thought, then there would have been outrage that Nintendo turned Smash over to an outside developer.
I am partially with you on that, but part of me also kind of wishes it had panned out, because we know the game was horribly unbalanced. Meta Knight was game-breakingly overpowered, and Ganondorf was game-breakingly underpowered, and the whole spectrum of balance for characters was just all sorts of wonky. So I wonder if this has something to do with that. And I wonder also, we've heard about, the Forbidden Seven, these characters that were cut from Brawl who were meant to be there, but, due to time constraints or other various reasons maybe, we don't know anything about why they were cut, we just know that they were. So maybe having to make that Subspace Emissary themselves is why some of these cool character ideas couldn't be finished and put into the final game.
At the same time, though, Brawl had a decently long development cycle, whereas the game immediately before it, the game that everyone loves, Melee, was developed relatively quickly, and yet it added, tons and tons of characters and tons of stages.
Well, to be fair, 5 of the 11 characters that they added were just clones added in the last month.
Yeah, true.
I wonder, you brought up a good point though. Brawl did have a long development cycle. I wonder if some of those delays were because they had to develop the Subspace Emissary themselves and weren't prepared for how much of an investment that was.
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.